And welcome to the last game of the evening in the Women's Supa-Liga round 16 between the West Coast Cobras and the Andinas. Andinas shooting from left to right on your screen, and we'll be taking kickoff. Zara Board in between the sticks alongside Louise Gishubu and Frankie Murray. And for the West Coast Cobras, they line up with Annie Leyland in net, Kim McCartney, the number 14, EJ Silva, the number 5, Lauren Contenabali, the number 2, and Eleanor Bates, the number 21. As Gishubu tries to play the ball through on the left, but to no avail. McCartney being pressed. And EJ Silva, a good turn. Put out of bounds by Brownlee. In the middle to Bates. Back out looking for Gishubu, but it's a loose pass from Eleanor Bates. Murray. In the middle, looking for Brownlee, who flicks it on to Gishubu. Gishubu to take the sideline ball. Back to Murray. And Murray gets her pass blocked by Eleanor Bates. Gishubu. Picked up in the middle by Contenabali. Gishubu wins it back. On the left foot. Can she fire off a shot? McCartney, a strong tackle. And now McCartney driving forward. Has got 2 to beat. The Andinas defend well. Murray being pressed high. Gets it out to Brownlee. Brownlee goes for a run. Contenabali gets her body in between herself and the ball. And the Andinas have a sideline kick in. Now, just a bit on today's match. The West Coast Cobras coming off a 1-0 loss to top of the table Western Devils last week and sit in 3rd position. 7 wins, 2 draws and 6 losses. Andinas currently sit in 5th position with 1 win, 3 draws and 9 losses. Last time these two sides met as the West Coast Cobras that were victorious. And they'll be looking to do the same again. Eleanor Bates flicks it on. Silva. McCartney, a good ball forward. Eleanor Bates squares it. Looking for Contenabali, but Gishubu battles. EJ Silva. Won by Murray. The Andinas have numbers forward. McCartney cleans it up at the back and plays it to Bates. Bates hesitates for a moment. Contenabali now. And the long ball, a good one to McCartney, who can dribble at Murray. Squares it to Contenabali and fires off the shot. And it's gone in the end off the boot of Kim McCartney. Zara Board getting a touch on the way through. However, the referee's whistle has gone. Was there a potential handball? No goal. Handball off Kim McCartney. Zara Board will take the resulting free kick. So a false alarm there for the Andinas, but perhaps a wake-up call. And Board, long ball, but can't pick out a white shirt. That one rolls through to Leyland. McCartney plays Bates in the middle to Contenabali, who lays it off nicely to McCartney. EJ Silva's at the back post, still McCartney. This time Bates makes the save. And now a chance. They've got numbers forward, the Andinas. They try and thread that ball through to right, who couldn't get there in time. And Leyland will restart it. Annie Leyland, a long ball, can't get it over the head of Murray. And now right plays it to Gashubu. Gashubu gives that one away. McCartney coming at the Andinas defense, and a shot off the right boot, but it's parried behind by Zara Board. Bates to Kontinabali, to McCartney, down the line to Silva, and Silva, that one with goal bound, but Board covering a near post, and it's a corner for the Cobras once again. Left by McCartney, and Conti drives it to the back post. Takes a touch off Board on the way through, and yet another corner for the West Coast Cobras. This time they go direct to McCartney, who fires, but it didn't have the pace on it to trouble Board. And Board with a quick release. Looking for Phoenix Brownlee, who can't keep it in. As we see Hella Harding come on now for the Andinas. Hella Harding, a former junior of Perth Soccer Club, used to play with West Coast Cobras superstar Dexter Hard in under-13s, from what I've heard. So good to see her on the court and ready to make an impact for her side. Murray, back to Brownlee. Brownlee off the right, and that one just skidding past the back post. As we see the first change of the match made for the Cobras. It's Marco Kant coming on for Silva. That's given away, and Murray, can she fire a shot off? Leyland makes the save off the left of Murray. Can't keep it in. Yashubu, back to Murray. Murray brings it forward, slips it out looking for Gashubu. McCartney to Bates, and Bates a good ball in between lines, but can't let it trickle out. Murray now plays it to Harding, back to Murray. Murray can dribble it, Kontinabali, and the Andinas with the side ball. Harding across to Gashubu. Gashubu to Murray. Murray tries to return, but it's won by McCartney. McCartney gets it out to Bates. Bates looking for the 1-2. And Sarah right back on now. Louise Gashubu coming off to the break for a bench for a break. Brownlee to right under pressure. Brownlee plays it off right. Kontinabali's in trouble, and it spills loose. A sideline ball for the Andinas. So 8 minutes or 7.5 minutes into the contest, yet neither side has found the back of the net so far. Who will be the first? Brownlee, and that was a chance off the right of Phoenix Brownlee, but couldn't hit the target. Can't. Still can't. Loses out. Right wins it back. They reset with Brownlee. And Brownlee, one-on-one with Kontinabali. In a tussle, falls out to Harding. And Harding, her ball rolling through. Leyland, lucky to not have 4 seconds caught on her there. She hesitated and threw it into touch in the end. Right. And plays it to Brownlee. Brownlee defended well there by Bates. Brownlee to Harding. Now Harding, a good turn. The losers control there, Murray. Leyland plays Bates. Bates first time in the middle. Picked up by Brownlee. Shot into McCartney. And Brownlee back to Harding. Harding toes it on. Off Kant. And they'll get the side ball there, the Andinas, who have fought gallantly up until this point. But that one's given away. McCartney into the corner. Kant trying to turn. One back by Brownlee, who weaves around Bates. And now Wright gives it away to Kant. Kontinabali in the middle. Harding gets the foot in. Bates forced for a retreat. McCartney, Kontinabali looking for that ball to the back post into Marco Kant's run. McCartney fires off the right and has hit the head of Frankie Murray. She's gone down. There's a temporary halt in play as Eleanor Bates comes to the bench. Shelby Cochran on. Cochran wearing a pair of bright pink Nike Lunagatos, along with Lauren Kontinabali. The most popular shoe on the court is Marco Kant with the corner. Plays it up the line to McCartney. And McCartney across to Kontinabali. Murray pressing high. McCartney one-on-one with Brownlee. And back to Kontinabali. A cross-court ball, but it's been intercepted. And Cochran off the left. Couldn't beat Sarah Board. And Board goes long. Murray. Leyland clears. And a sideline ball for the Cobras. Kant's all alone if they can spot her. Kontinabali, a good ball. Marco Kant has it up in the air. McCartney wins it. Still McCartney. Harding shields out. Harding back to Board. And Board, a great ball on the right. But Frankie Murray couldn't control it. As EJ Silva back on the court for the Cobras. The youngster, only 15 years of age. Kontinabali tries to skip beyond Murray. And a bit of miscommunication there. A bad sideline kick in from the Cobras, and they turn it over. Murray off the right, higher the crossbar. Marco Kant off, Eleanor Bates back on. She wasn't on the bench for long. A valuable piece of the West Coast Cobras core. Eleanor Bates has a good shot on the left foot. Shelby Cochran takes the sideline ball, and this time they get it out to Bates. Bates to Silva. To Cochran. Down the line to Kontinabali. Finds Eleanor Bates. Lays it off. Cochran! What a goal by Shelby Cochran. And what a great bit of interplay by the West Coast Cobras. Kontinabali down the line to Eleanor Bates, who held it up nicely and played it to Cochran. He popped it in the top corner. Opened the scoring as calmly as you like that. And Cobras, after getting their initial goal ruled out, have now got one on the board that will stand this time. Geshupu, she's got Murray at the back post, on the left, and over the bar. And Leyland gives it to Kontinabali, who hasn't had a sub yet, has played the first 14 minutes of the match straight. As EJ Silva gives it away. Geshupu can't beat Silva, but they'll get the sideline kick, the Andinas. And that ball looking for the header Murray. Cochran, he scored the goal, defending up the other end with the headed clearance. And that shot there coming in from Harding. The Andinas have been firing off enough shots. They just haven't been testing Leyland enough. As that ball across the box is good. Eleanor Bates, but it's a good save by Board, who reacted at the drop of the hat. And now she goes long. Geshupu gets the slide in. Leyland collects. And now Silva. Silva, that ball a bit behind the runner, Shelby Cochran. as Phoenix Brownlee comes back on for the Andinas. Murray to Gishubu. Gishubu all the way back to Board. Board finds Brownlee. Brownlee a heavy touch. Now Eleanor Bates across to Cochrane. Cochrane, ball to the back post. And Board dives on it. Gishubu beats Cochrane. Still going. And that one going the way of the green. McCartney plays Bates. And Bates, diagonal ball, looking for Silver. But it's been turned over. Hella Harding, sideline sideline kick on the far end of the court. Brownlee. Now to Gishubu. Gishubu over the top, but overhit. Murray won't get there. Leyland, a long throw. Gishubu clears in front. Cochrane takes it quickly. McCartney skips around one. Eleanor Bates, great ball. Looking for Cochrane, who just couldn't get anything on it. Gishubu. She's looked lively this first half. The Andinas, Marty, have been playing very well. It doesn't look like a contest between a side in finals contention and one in a relegation battle. Very closely contested. It's Frankie Murray driving forward. Gets it out wide. Harding back inside. The chance squanders out. Gishubu. Still Gishubu on the left. And blocked by Bates. It's Kantinabali. She's taken a knock. But she remains on the court. Silva, first time ball. Kantinabali, who's injured, won't be able to get there. Harding in the middle. Brownlee. Kantinabali does end up taking the sub. Marco Kant back on. McCartney to Marco Kant. She turns. Still can't. Loses out. Gishubu on the break now. Gishubu on the left. And once again over the bar. If the Andinas start getting some of these opportunities on target second half, it'll be a very different game. Leyland's long throw reaches Board. Brownlee. It was Murray rather. Now it's Brownlee. Can't. Intercepted ball. And shot by Brownlee. But again over the bar. Can't. To McCartney. Who can't beat Brownlee. But puts it into touch in the end. Brownlee across the court to Murray. Murray down the line to Brownlee. And back to Harding. Harding to Gishubu. Just about keeps it in and gets on the right side of Marco Kant. But Kant leans on her and forces her to make the error. The Cobras will get it back. Eleanor Bates beats one, gives it to McCartney, and back to Bates with a real chance now. And Bates doubles the advantage right on the brink of halftime. A lovely bit of interplay between Eleanor Bates and Kim McCartney. Bates laying the initial pass off to McCartney, who thread the needle right through the center of the pitch. And Bates with the finish just underneath Zara Board. Brownlee to right, to Gishubu rather. A Great cross-court ball. Finds Marco Khan in space. And looks for Silva at the back post. But the youngster just couldn't get there. Silva, base can fire off the left. Heavy touch across the face of goal. And Khan just facing the wrong way to be able to tap that one in. Right to Brownlee. Gashubu. Still Gashubu. Gets pickpocketed in the end, and now it's a 2-on-1. Bates with McCartney on the right. Kim McCartney. But a good save by Board. And the Cobras will get the side ball. In the middle, Bates tries to flick it on. Gashubu plays that one off Eleanor Bates, and as we're approaching halftime, the Cobras are out to a 2-goal lead, courtesy of Shelby Cochran and Eleanor Bates' goal. Gashubu plays it forward into the path of Harding. Harding reaches it, but can't keep it in. Bates over the top. Marco can't control it. It was a good ball in behind from Bates, who spotted the number 7's run all alone. But just that finishing touch needed to be better in the final third. Silva, good footwork. And back to McCartney. Khan's in space again. Gets it under this time. And Silva over the bar. A well-worked move from the Cobras, who seem to be getting on top as the Andinas tire toward the end of this first half. And Hella Harding finds Gashubu in the middle, who battles her way through. And Tasparaskevas giving the free kick against Louise Gashubu. The slide on McCartney. McCartney in the middle. Recycles out. Now McCartney again. Out wide to Khan. Down the line to Bates. McCartney's all alone. But scuffs her effort on goal. And with only 4 seconds left, that will be the last chance of the half, you'd have to think. Great throw by Board. Gashubu can't roll it onto her boot. Leyland releases Bates as the halftime whistle goes. West Coast Cobras 2, Andinas 0. And as we get underway in the second half, it's Kim McCartney out wide to Contina Bali and back to McCartney. Silva. McCartney under pressure now and gives it away, but wins it back just about. Murray squeezes the ball out to Brownlee, who resets with Gishubu. Back to Brownlee. And Brownlee finds Murray. Murray down the line. Right, almost given away. But they get it over the top. Brownlee to right, who fires on target, but Leyland makes a relatively easy save. Contina Bali. Through ball, looking for Silva. Right, flicks it on. Murray with a chance, looking to square it. But Brownlee didn't make the run. Brownlee off the right and behind for a corner. Murray up the line, right with the shot, and that's come off the right-hand post, left-hand post rather. A very good strike by Wright, who caught everyone out for a second. The Cobras getting away with one there. The Andinas win it back into the corner, and now a chance for Murray. Brownlee, and off the post again. Coming off the post, back onto Leyland, and out for a corner. How much more unlucky can you get? But what a start to the second half Andinas are having. They're knocking on the door. They could have scored 2 goals within the opening 2 minutes of the match. And another shot. They are hitting the target this time. We mentioned in the first half, if they did start hitting the target, they start knocking on the door. Gishubu off the left. Contina Bali being pressed, very hyped there by Brownlee. And the call goes their way. Gishubu cuts inside, loses out. Now the Cobras have numbers getting forward. McCartney, Contina Bali can't control it. McCartney to Bates. Contina Bali wants it long, but it's touched on there by Brownlee, and they've got a corner. Cochrane score at the first goal, puts the block for Kim McCartney to shoot. It's a good strike, but Zara Board with safe hands, trying to spark the quick counter-attack. Brownlee can't bring it forward. Bates lining up one at the back post, looking for Contina Bali, but in fact it's still in. A chance here, squares it, Bates on the right. A good shot, just couldn't pick out that top corner. Zara Board drops it at the feet of Gishubu, who flicks it long over everyone. A great ball, great save by Leyland to deny Frankie Murray the goal that would have got them back in the game. And now at the other end, Contina Bali drags her shot wide. A big chance going begging at either end within the space of 5 seconds. And she tries that long ball again. Louise Gishubu this time didn't quite come off, but wasn't far away. Cochrane back out to Contina Bali. The through ball of dreams to McCartney, who flicks it on. Bates with a reaction save as the pin dropped. Contina Bali in the middle, but it's one back, and now Murray has Hella Harding on the left. Murray goes herself. Still Murray, but runs into trouble. Contina Bali out wide. Cochrane dances inside and gives it out to Kontinabali. Through ball to Cochrane. Back to Kontinabali. Good play from the Cobras. Khan's making the run at the back post. Kontinabali goes for the shot. Now Andinas are on the break. Couldn't get the ball through to Gashubu. And now a chance for Cochrane. Cuts inside. Cuts back out to the back post. Looking for Khan. Is still alive here. And McCartney makes it 3-0. A good passage of play from the West Coast Cobras. Fell kindly to the number 14 and puts it in on the left. West Coast Cobras 3 and Andinas 0. And after a promising start to the half, the Andinas, they not only have nothing to show for it, but their deficit only grows. Frankie Murray gives it to Wright, and Wright gives it back to Murray. A good turn inside by Murray. Hella Harding's there, but it's intercepted by McCartney. Marco Khan at the back post. Can she finish? A great challenge coming in from Murray, who's doing very well, both offensively and defensively, covering meters on the court like they're nothing. As Kontinabali, just over the bar, it was tipped over by board, and they'll have a corner. Cochrane, that one nowhere near the target. Zara Board will restart for the Andinas. Drops it at the feet of Murray, who's been doing it all today, but that pass cut out. However, Gashubu latches onto the loose ball. Khan gives it back to Cochrane. Cochrane does well. McCartney slips Marco Khan in behind. Can't get there. Murray, Harding, down the line to Wright. Back to Harding. Volleys it in the air. Gashubu, is that a foul? It is. Gashubu body checked her. And just inside the halfway line, Lauren Conti standing over the free kick. Marco Khan in the way of board. Conti looking for that back post, but blocked by Louise Gashubu. Lauren Kontinabali to Cochrane. Back to Kontinabali. His force back to Cochrane. Touch inside, being pressed by Harding. Does well to get it back out to Kontinabali and makes a run. Cochrane's all alone. Can she finish? Lays it off unselfishly, but she should have gone for the shot herself there, Shelby Cochrane. So much time and space in front of the net. Can't stuff it. Was a wayward one at that. Cochrane loses out. Kontinabali drives it, looking for Silva. Wright can't keep it in. Silva quickly to Kontinabali. Dances around too and gives it to Khan. Khan out wide to Silva. Kontinabali's at the back post. Silva looks for her. What a goal that is by Lauren Kontinabali. EJ Silva with the pinpoint ball to the back post. And Kontinabali, a first-time volley past board. That will be a goal of the round for sure. Lovely stuff from the West Coast Cobras. Lovely. As the Andinos call a timeout, the West Coast Cobras can just consolidate things and try and keep their momentum moving forward. They can gain as much goal difference from this match as they like. The floodgates have opened for the Andinas. The goals look to be coming in hot and heavy. Always going to be hard playing out a game on an international size court, 20-minute halves with only one sub on the bench. And despite the fact the West Coast Cobras only have two, that extra sub and experience from players like McCartney, Bates, Kontinabali, all paying dividends. But it's good to see youngsters like EJ Silva linking up and adding value in the mix-up with a phenomenal ball to the back post by Silva. Picked Kontinabali out on the run. And mind you, it is no easy task to pick out the corner on the volley, no matter how good the ball is. Kontinabali with ease past Sarah Board. And the West Coast Cobras have scored some immense goals today, taken nothing away from them. As referee Taz Paraskevas' whistle goes with 11 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. It's the likes of Cart, Silva, Bates and Cochrane for the Cobras. Harding, Gishubu, Wright and Brownlee for the Andinas. Leyland and Board in either goal as Wright plays it down the line to Harding. Harding back rolls it to Wright, and they've got a corner. Gishubu has got that solid left boot on her. Can she fight this one on goal? Sarah Board's there. She scored last week. Oh, that is an effort by Brownlee, not far away. As Sarah Board gets back on her line. Silver's all alone. Gishubu and the Andinas are playing fifth man, switching it up to try and get themselves back in the match. It's fallen for Board, lays it off, right, but it's saved by Leyland. He can go for the shot, but into the roof there. Maybe would have been better off trying to roll it out quickly to Eleanor Bates, who has a good drive on the left. Harding, Board coming up again. And on the ball now, Zara Board. Gishubu wants a shot on the left. And what a goal that is by Louise Gishubu. What a ripper. What a screamer. What a beauty. Gishubu goes bang. Is that what the Andinas need to get themselves back in the match? 4-1, 9 minutes to go. It's not inconceivable, but it's not going to be easy. And you can see the fifth man's paid off straight away. Card loses out. Gishubu, can she hit the jackpot? Throw on a goal again. Great save, but Harding on the follow-up. And within a minute, the Andinas have pulled not one, but 2 goals back on the board. Do we have a game on our hands? Cobras getting caught out with the likes of Kontinabali and McCartney on the bench. Could this have proved costly? Silva getting pressed. Bates sees it out. This is where they've got to be careful. They're leaving Marco Khan alone. Gishubu getting back on a Marco Khan. And it's gone the way of the West Coast Cobras. Gishubu. Cochrane presses. Gishubu gets past her and beats Khan. Still going Gishubu, but the referee calls it back for the initial foul on Gishubu, which is about 15 meters out from goal. As we see Frankie Murray coming back on. Gishubu and Murray have been pulling the strings for the Andinas today. And Gishubu scored a goal from similar distance moments earlier. And again, takes a deflection. Brownlee was there. Lays it off to Murray. Leyland saves. And now a chance for a shot. A weak effort, really, and gives the Andinas a chance. Gishubu, misguided ball. Kontinabali, Cochrane, they try and play her through. Murray, McCartney, and it's a foul on Murray, going in the way of the Andinas. So the West Coast Cobras, I think, on 3 fouls now. 2, Murray drives it into McCartney, who first time plays it high up the court and into touch. Sarah Board. They're going to keep playing the fifth man, the Andinas. doesn't look like it. But I think they should. They're causing trouble for the Cobras defense as McCartney on the ball at the back now to settle things. And the ball through from Kontinabali. Cochrane dummies, McCartney shoots. And coming off Cochrane there, preventing Board from having to make the save. It's right. An invalid kick in. Sees possession turnover. Kontinabali. McCartney beats her and fires off the right. Got thunderbolts in both feet, Kim McCartney. Can crank shots from anywhere on the court. Kontinabali drives it to Cochrane at the back post. That long throw, catching the Cobras out. Geshubu! And it's still alive here. Brownlee couldn't get there in time. Leyland was on the floor as Luke Ross, coach of the Cobras. In fact, they've caught him out quickly. Bates would have been in behind, but it was a poor touch. And the Andinas kicking that one into the roof. So with 5 minutes left in the match, is there another goal to breathe some life into this one? McCartney plays Kontinabali through with an excellently weighted ball. Kontinabali fires off the Chester board. And Bates off the left, claimed by Board, who looks long immediately into the run of Murray. McCartney puts it out. Geshubu off the right, saved by Leyland. McCartney and puts it into touch. Halla Harding coming on now for the Andinas. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. What do they have in the tank? 2 goals in the 31st minute, sorry, but they haven't managed to get another one on the board since. Zara Board almost giving it away. Falls into touch. Harding to Murray. Murray into the corner. Board weaves around one and gives it to Geshubu. Geshubu to Board. Board back out to Brownlee, who fires from range. And can they take it quickly, the Cobras? They give it to Silva. Silva under pressure. Kontinabali. McCartney shows. Silva's made the run off the ball. And it gets set. EJ Silva's in behind, but drags a shot wide at the near post. Promising run by the youngster, who's looked really good today. Kontinabali just settles things. McCartney plays it to Bates. Bates off the left, feeds it to Kontinabali. McCartney was at the back post. Kontinabali fires, but into Brownlee. McCartney picks up the loose ball. Silva, good turn. Still Silva. And she's won the foul. Done very well there. Now a chance. Bates can potentially strike it off the left. However, McCartney, the right footer, is standing over the ball now. Can they put a fifth on the board? Can they seal the match, the West Coast Cobras? Kim McCartney, back post ball, but it's won back by the Andinas, and now they're on the break. They can't keep it in. Kontinabali to McCartney, and now Bates. 1-2. Bates finds her way through, cuts onto the left, but saved by Board again. And now here come Andinas. Murray plays it to Geshubu with the outside of the boot. That one missing by a landslide. Leyland to Continabali. McCartney. Bates. Great reverse ball. Continabali, a heavy touch. Sees the chance fold. Harding. Brownlee to Murray. Murray weaving around trouble and gives it to Brownlee again. And that one picked up by Leyland. McCartney tries to flick it on. Murray's kept it in. Still Murray. Still Murray. And on the follow-up, but Leyland saves. Cobras still have to be careful. 1:30 is a long time. And if they concede one, they'll be pinned to the bed for the remaining minute of the match. The Andinas, they're hungry. They're riding their luck with a fifth man. Harding to right. In the middle, Murray. Twists and turns. Goes through the legs of Continabali. Silva can sure things up. Nakashimu fires off the right, blocked by Bates. 57 seconds left now. Schubel off the left and over the bar. Can they get a high pivot, the Cobras, to relieve some pressure? Continabali slowing it down at the back, gives it in the middle to Bates. McCartney's making the run. Kim McCartney in behind and hits the top of the bar. Right. Board has to get up. They've only got 44 seconds left. They've got to get it moving on and quickly. Right, strong for options. Place it into the run of Harding. That one off right. And behind for a West Coast Cobras sideline ball. With 30 seconds left, you think the Cobras have done enough to see out the victory. The ball to the back post. Silva, great save by Board. The Andinas come away again. Gashubal lays it off. But a good piece of defending by Continabali. This Board comes up for the corner. And Gashubal wants it on the left. Murray! That was a good shot. Just missing Leyland's top corner. Continabali. Andinas pressing. Gashubal comes in front. And still going Gashubal. That one behind for a sideline. Cobras keep his ball, and with 5 seconds left, that'll see us out. As the referee's whistle goes, the West Coast Cobras are victorious 4-2. It was first half strikes from Shelby Cochran and Eleanor Bates, followed up by second half goals from Lauren Continabali and EJ Silva that rounded out the scoring. For the Andinas, it was Louise Gashubal and Hella Harding. And we'll have a look at some of the full-time statistics. So the Andinas having slightly more possession. Shots were relatively even, 26 shots, 13 on target. The Cobras, 22 shots, 11 on target for the Andinas. So a very well-matched contest. The West Coast Cobras just coming out on top in the end. That concludes our live action coverage for Friday night. We'll be back with all the action from the women's and men's Supa-Liga A division tomorrow evening. My name's John Goodluch. Thank you for joining me tonight.